this person is literally the most important person in my life.
What I did, they would every few weeks or so, they would let me know they hadn't forgotten about me. And so I took that and just kept praying. I had to pray because my finances was not matching up.
But you only had one income, right?
One income, right?
With the child.
With the child. And she was in private school. And with them, you pay every month.
Every month.
That's right. But you know what? Let me tell you something. God did not miss a beat. Money don't answer everything. God can fix this whole stuff up too. Just like he can release it, he can also hold it up.
Welcome to Be Real with Sarah, where the bee may sting and the real never dies.
Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Be Real with Sarah. Y'all, as y'all can see, we are in a whole different new environment and I'm just really beaming with joy. Y'all know I'm always excited, especially when I have company, but this is not just any type of company, y'all. This is a really special episode. I want y'all to stay tuned in. This person is literally the most important person in my life. And without this person, I would not be here, literally. Like, I would not exist. And so y'all already know what we do. Welcome to Be Real with Sarah, where the bee may sting, but the real never dies. I got to put that in a whole little like a jingle or something, because it's just so catchy. Okay. But listen, we're going to have some real conversations today, and we're going to have fun. A lot of people know this individual, and I post this person on social media, and everybody just laughs because she be saying some real stuff, and then she says it's so unapologetic. Like, and you know how the older people are. They just going to say whatever come out of their mouths, and you got to take it or you don't, okay? And we're just going to introduce her because she's not company. She is family, y'all. Welcome, my mama. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Are you excited?
Yes, I am.
You look good.
Thank you.
Thank you for wearing yellow.
Thank you.
It looks really, really good.
Okay.
I don't know. This is special because you being in ministry and being on the mic, did you ever think you would be on a podcast show?
No.
How you feel? Talk to us. Tell us how you feel.
I feel so different.
Yeah.
I can't describe it all, but it's different, but it feels good.
It feels good.
Yes.
Wow. That is amazing.
Yes.
Well, this episode is special because this marks 365 days that I moved to Dallas.
Yes.
Like, can you believe it? I can't believe it. I'd be talking to you in the car and I'd be like, I really can't believe I just packed up, and it wasn't just a pack up, but I just can't believe I just did it. So I guess, for me to you, you had to talk me through it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you also, me and you go back and forth about this. I feel like, I remember when we were in that hotel, when we came to Dallas for your 70th birthday,
Mm-hmm.
You remember you told me, I feel like you gave me the release that this is where God was saying. You remember that?
Yes.
Okay, tell us how you feel to see a year later making this move, making this transition, and talk to us, like from your lens, from a mom's lens of 365 days later. What do you think?
Well, it's like a miracle and surprising, but then again, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you first asked me where did I want to go for my birthday, well, I thought you was kind of playing with me, and at first I didn't want to answer you because I don't feel like her taking me up and then dropping me. Well, Mama, I don't think I can do it. So I really thought you was playing. And then you came back to me the second time. I said, I don't know about this. Let me see what she's talking about. So you kept on at me the third time. I said, I better do something here. So I told you, and I could hear the word Dallas. I don't know, I didn't want to go with that. But anyway, I had to go with what the Lord was speaking to me, was telling me. So I told you, I said, well, let's see Dallas.
Yeah.
And it went from there,
Mm-hmm.
and we got this hotel. We got it, I forgot the name of it. But anyway, as you had went out one night with one of your friends, and as I was in a hotel by myself, which I just enjoyed it. And as I was looking out the window, it was the Regency. I think it was the Hyatt Regency. I don't know. But anyway, and as I was looking out the window, I'm looking at the traffic. I said, Lord, is this what I'm seeing here? The traffic was much smoother than it was before in another place. And I said, I don't know. And I felt, as I was there, I felt real comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I felt like I was at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I told you about it. And I just felt real at ease. At ease there in Dallas. And so I didn't think it was going to place to be that you was listening. I wasn't saying that for you to listen to me, because I want you to be you.
Right. Yeah.
Make up your own mind. And so that was that.
Yeah. That was it.
That was that.
Yeah. I mean, well, you know, how it happened was it was either this, it was Chicago. I was thinking Chicago. And you know, for context, I think the reason why you felt that way was because that was a bad season. That was coming off of a season of impossibility, a season of the numbers was not looking good.
Yes.
The season of the eviction, you know, dealing with all that stuff. And so it really didn't make sense, you know. But I had told myself, you know, since you're turning 70, I said, well, I wanted to do something. So when our cousin was like, hey, I'm doing this, that was the door. That was the door. And so I was like, well, we could make it a family affair where we bring, you know, people, you know, the dad side hadn't seen you in a minute. That would make sense and whatever. And so, but I had been praying, I had been saying like, okay, there has to be a next, because when you go through that season, what I was telling you, as you know, of a transition that hard.
Yes.
It was like, all right, it's got to be something different. So when you said that, it just sparked something in me. So that's why I think it's really mind blowing to me. You know, a lot of people don't understand, like, well, why would you move? You know, you was in a place for like 8 years and this and that. But, you know, again, you know, sometimes you really do outgrow places. You do. And you did not like Atlanta.
No.
Y'all, she did not like Atlanta. No, like that she could not get with it. The traffic, the people, you just couldn't get with it. But but I grew a lot. The business grew. Yes. I became who I feel like if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere, in my opinion. But from, you know, that season, that was fall of 2024, to now, what growth have you seen in all of this?
Well, I've seen tremendous growth in you, especially spiritually so. Because God He don't want us to go back or either go down. He wants us to keep going up and going higher. And there's so much growth in Jesus. It'll knock you out. I said, well, Lord, she is really flourishing here. And it was amazing because I know you. Yeah. And I was just happy to see all of this, what God was doing. It's only God. It's not me. All your dad did for you was, and me, we just brought you up in the admonition of God, and the rest of it was on you. Yeah. Because once our children, when they get grown, we have to step back.
Yeah.
I know, if I may say this, when you was getting ready to graduate, before you, I think it might have been right after, the Lord spoke to me. He said, it's time for you to step back. I didn't quite understand what that meant, but I found out what it was. Mm-hmm. When our children grow, when they get grown, especially finishing high school, it's like another era they're going into. And we don't know and we don't understand. And so the thing we have to do as parents, we have to just let God come in and have his way. We don't mess with that, because our children has changed.
Yeah.
They don't think the same. They're different.
Yeah.
And we have to learn as parents to accept that. And it's hard to do.
It's hard to do.
It's hard to do.
I feel like I'd be stressing you out, when I be going through the process, because it wasn't easy. We saying all the good stuff of what the Lord has done, but to leave after that and going through temporary situations with like contracts and projects and stuff, it really didn't make sense. It was on the natural side. It was
a lot of things God does are what he tells us. It really don't make no sense.
Right.
That's where faith comes in right there.
Yeah.
Because whatever God says, that's it. It goes. And if we don't do it, we the one are going to suffer the consequences.
Yeah.
And it hurts. And it also hurts us too, because you didn't do it.
Yeah, you didn't obey.
Yeah, you didn't obey.
Well, that's a good point, because I told you this prior to the episode. I said people are struggling with, faith.
Right.
They're struggling with we want it. It doesn't look good. It doesn't. Whatever our situations are, whether it's lack of job, or I said, Mama, and you laughed at me. I said, Mama, the people need hope. They need to be confirmed. They need things to be verified. Things just does not. It looks real messy for people. Seriously. Yeah. And I think what I wanted you to do, because sometimes I talk to you, I'll be like, Mama, you talking where you are now. A lot of people get on these podcasts and they talk about the graduation season. Like, I've graduated. This is what it is. Mm-hmm. Walk us through where you were. Dad has been gone for 21 years. Can you believe it? I know.
No, I can't.
You were, I don't know, late 40s, early 50s. He passed on the highway. We left with him out of Mobile. He didn't make it back to Mobile. We left him. Mm-hmm. And you had a 12-year-old in the car.
Yes.
With his luggage. Everybody's luggage.
Mm-hmm.
And you were baby, you was passed out on them, child. I was 12 over there in the room, making calls and figuring out, because you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it at 12. Mm-hmm. In that season, going through military, all the things, talk to us, the late 40, 50, when things looked messy. Nobody had language for you. How did you get through? What did you do? What was your thought process?
My thought process, it came to like a standstill in some ways, because I had no one that I really could talk to, because of not because of his death, but I just didn't know who I could talk with, because I had so many problems that could nobody address at that time but me. Mm-hmm. And I, when it happened to him, when we left home, he had a cold, and he didn't have it the day before. Mm-hmm. And it gets kind of tricky here. But he wanted to go to his brother's funeral. Funeral. They very close.
Right.
So he said, well, Ida, I want you to drive from here to, I think it was I forgot, Mississippi somewhere. Mm-hmm. And I did. Mm-hmm. And he would take the wheel over in Texas.
Yeah.
Because I never driven.
In Texas.
That's right, never. Then the closer we got to Texas, the sicker he got.
Yeah.
I said, oh my God, what am I going to do? I don't know what I'm doing here. And I didn't. Mm-hmm. So I said, well, big boy, that's what I called him. He said, well, I don't forgot everything he said. And I'm looking at him getting sicker and sicker. So I really had to reach out, and I really had to lean and get God right there. Because I'm behind the wheel. You couldn't drive. You was a child. I said, oh my God. What am I going to do here? I don't know. I don't know these roads here. Mm-hmm. And that's when I latched on to what? Faith. I had to.
Right.
I didn't have nothing else. Nothing else. Mm-hmm. It was God and God alone.
That's it.
So somebody we called, I think it was his brother, one of his brothers, and they directed us to his house.
Yeah.
Because he would just...
With no GPS then.
No, it wasn't. No GPS, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm here driving, don't know where I'm going. Only thing I knew that I was in the state of Texas.
That's it. So
we drove to his brother's house, one of his brother's house. And, they first of all, they came and got us. That's what it was.
Okay.
They came and got us from where we were. And then we drove to the house. That's it. Okay. It's coming back. Some of it is coming back. And
I didn't know this.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, I didn't tell you.
Not
that.
This part.
No, I don't think you. Okay. And we drove to his brother's house, and I think we had something to eat. I'm not real sure right now. Yeah. We had something to eat, and we stayed overnight. Mm-hmm. I think I'm right. Some of them,
we
stayed
at Aunt Jean's house and went through the process of the funeral and all the things. I remember more so on the other side.
And he got
sicker.
He was getting sicker and sicker. Till he got so sick, he could not lay down.
He couldn't lay down.
And Jean, his sister, went and she might have had that rocker. He had to sit up. He was so sick. Yeah. He was so sick. And I didn't know what was really taking place, and I'm glad I didn't. Because I probably wouldn't have made it either. But anyway, as we left, he did pretty good. He would get a little bit better, not a whole lot. So we left after the funeral. And as we travel on, I'm doing the driving. As we travel on, he getting sicker. Really, it was bad at that time. Until you got on the phone. No, you hadn't graduated then.
No, I was still.
No. You got on the phone and you called 911.
Well, for context, it was super cold. It was February. So it was super cold.
Yeah.
And what we didn't know was you had to keep making stops. This is after the funeral. So this is the part I remember. Okay. You had to keep making stops. And every time the cold weather would hit him, he would pass out. Yes. So the last stop was at the Pilot gas station in Minden, Louisiana. And I remember this. Mm-hmm. He got an Arby's sandwich, a chocolate milk, and a Snicker. Because what's crazy is we had to bring it back home. We brought it back home. And so the last release was, and we won't say too much here because it's a touchy subject. Yeah. But the point is at that point, your words of released him in a sense, right?
Right. He was just going in and out doing this.
Yeah.
And I didn't know I remember what I said.
Go to sleep.
But I said, well, he was doing it so much. I said, well, go to sleep, big boy.
And that was it. That was it.
I wasn't trying to release him. I just didn't.
We didn't know.
Oh, we didn't know. It was, and I forgot to mention this. When he got sick, they had to put him in the hospital in Minden, Louisiana.
Yep. Yep.
And we got such phenomenal service.
Yeah. Angels unaware.
Yes.
Angels unaware.
They fed us. I didn't know anybody. Didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
They fed us, and it's something they don't do. They even washed our clothes.
Washed our clothes, put us in a room, an open room.
Mm-hmm.
So, God's hands was all in it, in a whole foreign land.
Yes, it was.
Foreign land.
Yeah.
And he went down day by day, literally, decaying in a sense, not getting better.
Right.
And then had, then he went to the UCI. Am I saying it right? Not United. What is it?
ICU.
ICU.
Yeah.
Say UCI. ICU. And he passed. We got that call, that hospital phone call.
Yeah.
Y'all, this is before social media. This is before.
Oh, it wasn't on
Mom had
social media.
A little phone and all the things. And I think all of this for anyone, hopefully someone is taken from it, is you said a few things. You said I was driving. I did not know that. I did not know he didn't bring us into Texas.
No.
I didn't know that.
No.
I didn't know he had started. I don't remember that. I don't remember him getting sick.
I thought I told you, but
I remember
didn't.
the other end. I don't remember, so that goes into my question, what do you think causes people to struggle most in their relationship with God and even in their relationship with people?
Well, what really happens, God wants us, we are his creation.
Mm-hmm.
We don't belong to the enemy. We belong to him, regardless to what, how it is. We are his children.
Right.
And you think about your children.
Mm-hmm.
You think you don't want them to go with no one. You don't mind them being with them or something like that. But you want them because they're yours.
Yeah, you want the best.
You want the
best.
And that's the way God, we don't belong to the enemy. We don't belong to that. But we'll navigate toward them. And God, the word said, was a jealous God.
Mm-hmm.
And when you don't want to get entangled with a jealous person,
okay,
you will get
hurt or something.
Hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Something is not what's going to happen. It's not going to be good. So, but God won't do you like that. But you're gonna know He's jealous. You're gonna find out how you feel about what He feel about, because God, He put us here to serve Him.
Right, to serve Him.
That's it.
Well, I think, listening to you in that season, you had a relationship with God. It just that it sounds like that even though you had a relationship with Him, you were trying to find where He was so He could meet you where you were, meet you where you were at that time, because you didn't know. There were certain things you didn't know.
Right.
You hadn't come into awareness. And I think when we fast forward to 20 years later, you know where He's at. You can hear Him.
Yeah.
You done been through the valleys and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't go into everything, but there was in that season, that was military. So that came with its own battles itself.
Yes, it did. Yes.
But we actually can't touch on that because people are going through so much as it relates to finances and financial and not making enough. You remember that season where when he passed, the numbers didn't match for you either.
Oh my God. No, they did. They acted as if
they as military.
They didn't know me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had to wait.
Was it 11?
It was 11 months. I remember.
Mm-hmm. To get benefits.
And they would call, me. No, they would write me. They say, Miss Busby, we still working on on your case. And you got to have some patience there, because you don't want to just call them. I could do that, But you got to watch. You got to look out for that because somebody over that line, somebody might say something that is not going to commit and have you going off, and that's not good. That won't be good at all.
Yeah.
So what I did, they would every few weeks or so they would let me know they hadn't forgotten about me, and so I took that and just kept praying. I had to pray because my finances was not matching up.
But you only had one income, right?
One income, right.
With the child.
With the child. And she was you was in private school. And you know, with them, you pay every month.
Every month.
That's right. But you know what? Let me tell you something. God did not miss a beat. Everything
was paid.
That's right. I think you had about 2 or 3 months that somebody miraculously paid
for tuition.
Mm-hmm. Tuition. Oh, God would just...
Mama, I tell you all the time, I don't know how you made it.
It was God. One income. That's right. It was God.
And that was disability.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was before retirement came.
Right.
Oh, God. That's a moment right there where people have to just sit in because you're wondering, how am I going to make it with just so little? And we do struggle with patience. We struggle with like waiting.
Yes.
Because, we talked about this in my seasons. He never said that you wouldn't go through a season of suffering.
That's right.
But he did say that he would be there with you always.
Amen. And he will. So
that's where a lot of my faith be coming from is you, because I be whining to you, don't I?
Yeah. Oh, yes, Lord.
I be whining. What is one thing I say and you be telling me lately to shut up? I be going into it.
I mean, Sarah, some things you say, I've learned now, because you do it so much. I've learned now how to just step in there and cut you off. Guys, it's there. I'm not going there because I know where you're going. Because you're going to go on.
I'm going to go into it. I be like, the other day I said, Mama, I just need God to just do it. You go.
Yeah, I said, we're not going there. No, we're not going there.
Because God my issue is that I feel like God will just spoon feed you.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, true. You said you need $2,500. Okay, I'm gonna give you $23.99. Or I'm gonna give you $24. I'm gonna give you $25. I'm gonna give you $26 so you have a little extra.
That's right.
And I'll be like, Lord. So I think, when we be in church, it's like, oh, you're gonna get overflow. That's a whole nother conversation. But I said, Mama, I feel like he comes through. Don't get me wrong. But it be just enough.
Just enough. Here.
Like, he be like, here. And that's when I be whining to you about it.
Yeah.
Like, why is that? Why do you think God he's sustaining. That's sustaining. But why do you think that God sometimes with his children, he just be like, there you go. Here you go. Just enough. You said you wanted this. Why do you think he does that?
Well, the test, a lot of time, we have a test. God puts it on a test. We have tests. Just like it is in school.
Yeah.
To see what you have learned.
Yeah.
Because a lot of time we go through things and we feel like if we get back and fuss and say the wrong type of words, that's going to move. No, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah. See, God know how to what? Stay the hand. Stay his hand. Until you come to yourself and say, nah. And you repent and say, Lord, I'm sorry. Yeah. And we don't. A lot of times we don't.
And he knows it.
He knows it.
He knows it.
He know how to. That's somebody you really don't want.
You got to keep it real
exactly.
with him. I keep it real with him.
That's right.
Because one thing I'm going to do is whine.
I don't know any person. I know one other person that can whine like you.
Who?
He's no longer here with us. Your dad would come and just whine. I said, big boy. That's what I call him. I said, big boy. I had to learn how to stop saying it because he would get upset with me. I said, well, so whatever. I said, well, big boy, you don't already told you. Well, I know it out. He didn't like that. So I learned to stop saying that one. But he go on and on.
I'll whine.
And that's what you do.
I'll whine. But God shows up. I mean,
He does.
He shows up. I mean, I'm here now.
He does.
Because even when I said I was gonna move, it still did not look like I thought I was just talking.
Really?
Yes. So I told Mariola, I was like, we went out that night, you had went to church, we went outside that night. And I said, I put down in my resolution, like, I'm gonna move to Dallas. And she was like, okay. And then I made the decision, and I remember talking to Mary. I said, well, you ain't said nothing to me about Dallas. I need you to pray for. She said, I'm not gonna pray for. She said, because you already know you're supposed to move. I said, okay, well, I'm just gonna look on TikTok, and I just was, I found my person on TikTok, just looking at places and stuff like that. And so it didn't look right. Because remember, I was on a temporary contract,
right?
And God this is for somebody to listen. God kept extending it.
Sure did. Yes,
he
did.
moved people out the way so that he can extend my contract.
Yes, he did.
I didn't know what he was doing. And he kept extending it. And then I would apply. And I think that's where because the goal now, we're 6 months we got 6 months left into the year. And I think people struggle. You probably can attest to me as it relates to this. Mm-hmm. My goal is to teach somebody the only way you're going to see true elevation and growth is if you make movement.
Yes.
You got to move.
You got to move.
Even if it's just a little, well, I'm just going to apply. I'm just going to see if they're going to approve me. Cool. Watch God approve it. All right. Mm-hmm. That's movement. But you got to at least try.
Yeah, you got to.
So I remember applying for the apartment. They came back. I said, Mama, I don't know. I said, because I told God, I said, God, I want a house. I said, if you going to move me, I want a 2-bedroom. He said, all right, bet. And we started looking for spaces and places and stuff like that. And then I, brought it to you. But everything I do when it's financial big decisions, because this is what people don't know. My mom was my unofficial business manager. And so I had to I said, Mama, because if you're uncomfortable with what I'm telling you, then I kind of step back. I'm like, I don't know. She kind of look, But everything I told you, I said, Mama, this is the numbers. You think I can do it? You were so calm. Y'all, you were so calm.
Yeah.
When I moved that day, you was asleep. I had to call. I landed. I had to call you, say, hey, I ain't heard from you. I landed. Oh, I'm still in the bed. I said, Lord, I know this gotta be the move. Cause this lady she ain't worried. She ain't call. You didn't call me or nothing.
No, I thought I did call you.
No, I had to call you.
Well, anyway, when God is in something, it's peace.
Yeah.
It's tranquility.
Yeah.
If you may not know what is what, but God is peace. He's tranquility.
It's going to work out. It's a line.
It's going to work. You don't know how.
Yeah.
But it's going to work out, and God will give you peace. Mm-hmm. And you just relax in Him. You can't put no doubt there.
No.
Because what doubt does, it stops the process. God don't work in doubt and fear.
Yeah.
You don't never want to say, ooh, I'm scared. No.
Yeah.
No,
He don't give us that.
Those two things you don't want.
You don't want.
Because God don't work in either one of them.
He said He don't give you the spirit of fear.
No, He don't.
Power, but He give you a sound mind.
That's true.
Jesus.
Now, you may kind of have a little roughness for that, but God will remove that.
With peace. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got to ask you a question for the people. Since you're my unofficial business manager, right? Mm-hmm. What is the one thing you're always telling me? Keep it real. When it comes to clients, opportunities, and business decisions. When I tell you about a project or a client, what is one of those first things you say? What I'm doing here. What my hand doing?
I know what it's doing. I said, well, now this is one of them. I said, Sarah, don't make mistake. No mistake.
No, the money. He said, what'd you say? You say,
oh yeah,
how much they pay?
Whenever yeah, oh yeah.
You know what you say it.
I said, well, Sarah, I said, how much they paying? Because I know, I have to know that because if it ain't right or you done messed up or made a mistake, I know it's coming back to me.
Yeah. Mom has seen the highs and lows in business. She didn't see
And so
everything.
I said, well, Sarah, what you gonna get out the
What
deal?
you gonna get out the deal?
I talk like it. I do like it. Say what your dad said. Well, what I'm gonna get out the deal? I said, and I says it now.
Well, you can speak that way because Dad had a church, so there was bills and things, and you was the person that was back ended and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, from a business side, Mom knows what I have to spend out, what I can only take in.
Yeah.
And it's more than just funding my life. We've talked about this, right? It's more than just, this is my livelihood. People got to be paid. We have to operate systems, tax, like all of that. Sometimes I've told you, I said, well, Mom, I haven't seen nothing. Some retain, like it's, and that's what people don't want to talk about. They're like, oh, she doing this and she got a nice car and this and that. Baby, I gotta have a car.
Yeah.
You want, I believe in, and we've talked about this when I was a child. How you show up, your appearance, all that stuff matters.
Yes, it does.
It matters.
Yes,
and you're a big proponent of that.
Yeah.
And so not to say you need to live above your means, but always make sure that you show up and you don't want anybody to ever judge you. And again, you ain't got to drive no Benz or nothing, but always keep yourself up. And so you know what it takes to run a business. So I have to run things by you because the numbers always got to make sense. Because if not, I'm going to be whining like, what the heck? Oh my God. And I run it over to you. But that's why I have to call you. But one of the things I want to, talk about too is the qualities of our relationship. And, a lot of people, love how we be hanging out and doing stuff. And I think at the end of the day, we have one mom, we have one dad.
That's right.
And so it's my joy to let you experience things or see things because I know, we grew up differently, so they didn't have these things back in the day and you was active in church. And I just try to make sure you, as much as you can, have experiences and eat good because you're not hard to please.
No.
Baby, you're not hard to please.
Your dad told me that.
Yeah, you're not hard to please.
Your dad would tell me, he said, Ada, you're not hard to. In other words, to deal with, not hard to please. It doesn't take much for me. It always have been like that.
It don't take much because you're content and happy with all things.
I am. I'm content.
That's the joy.
And I'm happy. I'm like now I'm here, and I'm just happy. If we don't go anywhere, I'm just happy to be here and be with you at your place. I'm not. The Bible says for us to be content. I think it's all things, and that's true.
Yeah.
God don't want us. I got to do this. No.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point. So I think you need to talk to the people that are very dissatisfied with where they are. They're very frustrated. And my question would be, again, don't think from a graduated place, but think of a general aspect of what would you suggest that they do? Because sometimes, you said being content, but sometimes we're just not doing what we're supposed to do. Right. And so we're stagnant. So what would you say to that person that's listening that says, I wish I could be like her. I wish I could be content and just happy with where I'm at, but it's just, I'm tired.
Well, when you get to that point, you just, like I tell you sometimes, I said take about 2 or maybe 3 deep breaths. And when you take those deep breaths, that relieves pressure. Mm-hmm. You may not know it, but it does. And it relieves pressure off of your mind and off of your different things in your body, whatever. Mm-hmm. And you take those thoughts, those deep, whatever I was saying, those deep breaths, and it helps you.
Yeah.
And so you got to learn to really trust God.
Yeah.
Not just say you trust him, but you got to do it. You got
to walk it out.
That's right. You got to walk. And you can't rely always on someone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to go with yourself and God. Mm-hmm. And God is there. He's not just way over there in the corner. He's there right there with you.
Right there with
you. He's really within you.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of time we overlooked him, and we'll go and I'm going to ask someone is they got this and that. And then when they disappoint us, it hurts us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because the very one that's got the help, we done bypassed him.
Bypass him. You ain't lying. Well, what I will say is, I want to kind of switch gears a little bit because, I tell you that the dating pool is not looking good. Love and relationships, not looking good. Don't I be telling you that?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you are kind of, I don't want to say, that's not the right word, hopeless romantic, but when it come to me, you still over there praying, ain't it? On the right one, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So we had a guest on the podcast, Lish, that talked about the waiting woman, the one that had to wait, meaning, and she came from a perspective of, being a virgin, all the things, waiting, and all, you saw the episode. So you was a virgin, right? And you didn't have a community of girlfriends talking to you,
No, I didn't.
making connections. You was in the church. Your dresses, you didn't wear no pants, no makeup, honey.
No,
You was in clothes together. But you also didn't like Dad at first. You didn't like him. Talk to the people. It's a twofold question. I want you to talk about your experience with Dad, like from a relationship standpoint, because you didn't have like I said, the girlfriends talking, but Mama liked him, right? Grandma liked him.
Yeah, she did.
She liked him. What would you say? I guess how did you know he was the one? And then what should they look for in a man, especially before marriage? Like what are some of those signs to know that I'm gonna be taken care of with this man?
Well, in our case, I didn't like him like that. He didn't look to suit me. See, that's one thing we have to move out the way. We have to move self. Because a lot of times they're not going to look like you want them to look. But everything that was on that list I had concerning a husband or a man, he made it.
I didn't know you had a list.
Oh yeah, I had a list.
You ain't told me to write no list.
No, I'm talking. It was in my mind. Really,
It was in your mind?
yeah, no, oh no. But he was such a gentleman, such a man. He was just nice.
Nice, yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yep.
And so he treated me, because like you said, I wasn't, a lot of things concerning relationships and all of that, I didn't know. But he did. He was an experienced man.
Yes, he was.
But I wasn't at all. not in that area. But he was just nice. He was patient with me. And he was just, like I say, he's a good man.
He was a good man.
guy. Yes, he was.
And you knew that he would take care of you.
Yeah. And he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. So would you say those signs you look at over time, it was character? It was character to make you know that he was. So you think that's what we should be looking at.
And let me tell you that, let me say this. The day one Sunday I joined this church. And I didn't know him. I didn't know him. And before the preacher came down to accept us in as members, this man, your dad, he came down and he had one chair available. One chair. And he sat in that chair.
Wow.
Right next to me.
Mm.
And he spoke. Real. He said, how you? So see, when God in his word said, I will show these signs and wonders.
Yeah.
And see, God gonna make himself known.
Yeah.
Ain't no such thing where he ain't saying, no, that's not the truth.
Yeah.
God is gonna make himself known whether it's yes or no. See, God knows the answers that we're looking for. But Lord, is this it or is that it or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
See, God knows whether it's yes or no. God ain't like, man, well, it may be. I'm thinking it might be. No. When you you don't talk like that. Because God knows everything, yes or no.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's either yes or no or wait. Or maybe like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully we find a man that's a gentleman, because
Okay.
it's ghetto out here. It's
Yeah.
ghetto out here.
Yeah.
It's giving very much. I don't know, but thank God we got a praying
But you
mama.
will.
I'll know, huh?
Yeah, God gonna let you know whether it's I'm telling you, he'll let you know whether it's yes or no or well, you know.
I'll know.
Yes.
Okay.
Mama
Well, Mom,
told me that.
She told you that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she knew already, because she wanted you to be. She wanted you to be married, because you was at home with her.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted you to have a life outside.
Yeah, she did. She did.
Wanted you to have a life. So I think, Mom, of course, I learned so much from you. You are so patient. Your faith is on another level. It's just, you're on another dimension.
Well, we have to. I remember telling you one time when you was in college. I never forget this. Some things was happening at the university, and you just couldn't get it. It was always something. And I didn't have it wasn't no such thing as money. Money don't answer everything. You can't answer everything with money. It may look like that, but it's not. God can fix it so where I'm going to fix you. He can hold stuff up too. Just like he can release it, he can also hold it up.
Yeah.
And you have to
wait.
You have to wait, and you're going to have to trust him.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what to do.
It ain't going to be money that's going to get
Oh,
you.
no, it don't always be money that get us through.
Yeah.
That's
true. A lot of people need to realize that.
They do.
It's not
because I look at the state of the world, it's always money and a vote. But it's not like that all the time. See, God, he knows how to just kind of hold it right there where you can what? See him.
See him. Mm-hmm. And you ain't lying about that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that speaks a lot to. I hope and I pray, I believe that people are going to understand that it's going to take patience, waiting, seeking him, having faith, but also in the process, making some steps and some movement, and allowing God to meet you where you are. And that's how I made it a year here.
Oh, yeah.
Is just finally going from a place where I just was not, baby, the well had dried up there, child.
It had.
It's great city. Never talking about it, but for my tenure, it was like, all right, God is calling you somewhere else. And so now we walking into it. So it's just a blessing. I can't believe 365 days of the promise.
Me either.
Ain't that something?
That is something.
That's crazy.
Almost 365.
A year. We are a year. Wow. Your prayer's working. Just keep on praying.
That's what you tell me.
Ooh.
Mama, I want you to,
baby.
I
need you to keep on praying, honey.
Yeah.
Tell the folks what you did about I had a large bill one time. What the Lord told you to do?
Sarah,
it was a recent bill. I said, oh God, why did I do this? What the Lord told you to do? Put it in your Bible.
Oh.
Yeah.
You had gave me this bill. It was since I've been here, I think.
Yes.
Oh.
And I told you about it.
And you brought the bill to me and you showed it to me. I said, oh, Lord have mercy.
And the Lord told you to.
And he said, put it in your Bible.
And pray on it.
And pray on it. Woo. And I did. It stayed in my Bible a few days, some days. And I got a release saying you can give it back to her.
Mm-hmm. Because he had already handled it.
Yeah.
Well, I love that.
God is that kind of God.
Yeah.
But we have to trust him.
That's it.
You don't work in no doubt.
That's it.
And no fear. Now those are two words.
He ain't gonna do it.
He's not
That's
gonna
the
do
formula.
it. He's gonna stop right there until you. It's just like you got a big old rock, block, brick.
Mm-hmm.
He not like man. A step over. You know, man. If you got something in the way and you step over it and you still no, you got to move that.
You got to move. Well, Mama, this has blessed us. We're just so happy to have you. You're going to come back for sure. Mm-hmm. It wasn't that bad.
No.
It wasn't that bad. Like I told you, we just having a conversation.
You told me last night, you texted me, and I said,
yeah, I sent you the questions.
Yeah. And when you first told me, I said, oh, Lord,
it's too much.
I don't know whether and you was real exact and wanted things so. I said, I don't know. I just don't know.
You did good. You did good.
Thank you.
We glad to have you. Your episode is gonna go out, so just know there'll be clips of you everywhere. All right, y'all. This episode has been so good to my soul. You finally got a piece of my life, a big portion of my life. My mom means the world to me. And I was just excited just to have her just a part of my world, but also be able to experience all of this, right? To go from ministering in the church and the pulpit, all the things, to being in a podcast studio, y'all. Like, your girl has leveled up, okay? And my girl looks good because it's age 71, huh? Mm-hmm. 71. Yeah. So y'all know what we do here at Be Real with Sarah. You know, I always encourage you guys to take this episode, apply it to your life, but also, as you always know, how I end this episode is be real, be you, and make sure you spread the honey. I love y'all. Bye. I messed that tagline up, but y'all get it. I tried to watch myself. Huh? Oh, I can do it again? Oh, okay. Do I need to repeat all of that at the end when I said my mom and all that? What is it? Be real, spread the honey. Okay. Let me fix myself. All right. Y'all, I am so elated that we were able to have this episode with my mom, y'all. Like, this is such a big part of my life. And I was just so excited just to take her from the pulpit where she does ministry to a podcast studio. So my girl has leveled completely up. But I pray that this episode encouraged you guys, motivated you all. This is how I've been able to go from stuck to momentum. That's something that we talk about here at Be Real with Sarah, is through prayer, fasting, and faith. And of course, pulling on her because I feel like her prayers just take it to a whole nother level. All right. So y'all know what I tell y'all here is to always make sure that you be real, spread the honey, and just be you. Until next time, y'all. Bye.